To make Father's Day special for the homeless and less fortunate, many local barbers took time away from their own businesses to offer free grooming services at the Salvation Army, the Atlanta Missions, and the Gateway House. For the past 11 years, Toshiba Palmer, founder of Second Blessings, has been organizing such events to give back to the community.
Second Blessings Image Makeovers was started in 2001. I'm a licensed stylist and barber myself, and I began by volunteering services for the Goodwill Good Works program, where they were doing welfare to work. And shortly after I started volunteering services for them, I began volunteering services for shelters for women in shelters, and it led into volunteering services for men in shelters and children, and it just kept growing from there. Just kept growing. We started the Father's Day event about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and we offer haircuts for men on Wednesdays before Father's Day to help them get ready to see their families. And you know, we want them to have the confidence of looking good for their families. I take no credit for any of those barbers coming out and volunteering their services. I think that each person at their own time period in their life have to come to the point where they realize that you're going to need help sometime, and giving back and helping someone else in their need is one of the greatest things that you're blessed to be able to do. And to see so many barbers come out and volunteer not only their time but their services, and taking time away from their own chair where they make money, it's a wonderful thing. They come down with positive attitudes. They come down and they give a great haircut, no less than what they would have given in the shop. And that really, it's wonderful. They come from all over Metro Atlanta to come out and volunteer their services. Anything from barbers, instructors, students, apprentices, just so many people come out and share their gift of barbering on that day before Father's Day. There are a lot of different people that are in the shelters that I meet, and when you meet them, a lot of times people tend to have a prejudgment of them because they're in a shelter and you think that they're just homeless and they just want to be homeless. But I've met so many different people in the shelter as I'm volunteering, and they tell you different stories that you can't believe, you know, could even be possible. Whether it was from losing a job or losing a child or losing a wife or having a six-figure job, or a person who is, you know, a war veteran, or just their family fell on hard times. There's just so many different scenarios of people that you meet in the shelter. And a lot of times I have found that when barbers come down to volunteer, they think that they're coming to give a haircut. And I'm sure when they get there, they realize that they actually came down to learn something from that person who they interacted with. A lot of barbers who don't think that they're going to come down and volunteer, they end up learning or watching other barbers that do come out and volunteer, and that ends up being the life-changing moment that triggers them or pushes them to maybe want to come out and volunteer. I've seen different people be reunited in the shelter that they might have been looking for them and didn't know where they were, or different people who are struggling with different mental disabilities, and maybe a person didn't know, or a person that you didn't realize was maybe struggling with a drug habit, and they got down there and found out that's where that person was, and that person in the shelter was able to see a friendly face, a familiar face, and it was exciting for them to see that person and kind of be reunited to that person. There was another man, he came down to cut hair and ran into someone that he had been in prison with, and he was really, really happy. I don't know what their background was, but he was really happy to have run into that person again. So just the lives that are changed through the haircut services and that time period together, the confidence that you see the men walk away with, that's nothing our organization could ever put together, or no one person could put together. That's something that God puts together. I think because for whatever reason God chose me to initiate rounding up people. I take no's and I take yeses, and you tend to get more no's than yeses. And when I get a yes of a volunteer that's going to come down and share their services, I don't take that lightly. I know what it is to be a barber and a stylist myself. I know what it is to have that in my hands, and it's awesome to see what I know becomes a vision to me.
What motivates me to come here is several things. I love to give back and help out wherever I could, and I just love to be here.
I'm always motivated to come. At what inspired me the most is when somebody get in the chair. You know, I always ask questions and try to see what's going on with them, and let them know that we all are addicts to something, whether it's working, whether it's whatever it is, even motivation as far as business or whatever it is. Just encourage them to, you know, don't let nothing overpower them, and don't let nothing get that much control and take over control of their life. But we all too sometimes need help and need to progress through our current state. And that's the most encouraging thing to me, is just don't look down on nobody. And I always talk to people as soon as they get in the chair and let them know that we all too can improve of our current state and our mindset.
The reason why I made myself available for this is because I too was homeless, you know what I mean, or displaced. And you know, I too needed help, and somebody was, you know, gracious enough to help me. And you know, they say the only way to keep what you have is to give it away. And so, you know, I've just learned, I came to a point in my life where I learned to start acting on what I'm coming to know instead of just knowing and sitting on knowledge, you know what I mean? So I want to be more active in my community, and however I can be of assistance, I try to be.
What motivates me to come down here and volunteer is the fact that I grew up and I really ain't have much. So, you know, I just looked at the barber always as a person, you know, I can come confide in and talk to, like a counselor. You know, like being a barber is more than being a barber in the neighborhood. So it's like you're a doctor, a love coach, a life coach, a counselor, everything. So just coming back here, just giving back, man, just, you know, just makes me feel good. That I have something to offer to people, you know what I'm saying? Something that I can give to, you know, that I can give back to the people. And just overall just makes me feel good, man, you know, because like when I was young, you know, we didn't have everything, so people had an open hand for us and they gave us, you know, what we didn't have. So it's like, what would I be doing if I, you know, got this talent God gave to me and I wasn't able to give back, so.
Hi, my name is Anthony. I'm here today at the Salvation Army. My purpose of being here is to give back to the community. I feel like with the experience and the blessings that I have acquired through over the years, it's an honor for me to be able to come back and share that with the community at large. Also, what I do in my spare time is I work with young kids, teaching them how to interact with other people through love and sharing and cut out the violence. Again, I'm honored to be here. I thank Toshiba for allowing me to come here and be a part of this great function.
How you doing? My name is James B. Kynes Jr., the chairman and founder of the Kings of Atlanta Grooming Lounge and Spa for Men. This is part of one of the campaigns that we enjoy doing as far as giving back to men and empowering kings to actually go out and conquer territory and you know, improve themselves and improve the way they feel about themselves and and what they have going on. So we enjoy the opportunities to actually be able to give back. I often say if you're not giving back, you're definitely not getting back. So we want to make sure that we are a part of giving back to just men and period, men in general. It's Father's Day, so we're very pleased to partake in allowing these men to look their best and feel their best while they enjoy time with their kids, enjoy time with their families as well. So it's definitely a fulfilling endeavor because it comes from the heart. It's nothing that you really are. You can't really gain no popularity or no notoriety. A lot of times people don't even know we come out and do certain things like this, and it really not, for the place to actually try and get the popularity or things of that nature, but more so just to do well by others and be a brother's keeper, so to speak, at the end of the day.
Second Blessings Image Makeovers provides grooming services for a wide variety of clientele, which would be children in group homes or foster care facilities, men, women, and children in shelters, or different programs like educational programs for children who are learning professional image. You can offer your services from anywhere, whether it's coming out to the shelters or volunteering services right at your salon or barbershop location where you work. We also offer hair cutting on Mondays and Tuesdays at locations where you can come down and learn to cut, or if you cut already, then you can come down and offer barbering services. We're always looking for volunteers. You could do community service hours with us, or teach hygiene classes, or just come down and train with us. As long as you bring a willing heart to serve, we have an event that you can get involved in. It could be the Mother's Day event, the Father's Day event, our back to school event, which is held in August, servicing children from group homes with grooming services, or just the regular week-to-week services. Please give us a call. You can reach us at 404-297-0003 or on our website, www.secondblessings, that's 2ND Blessings, imagemakeovers.com.